Welcome to the Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a single verse from the book of Revelation, a really powerful promise of protection and endurance that has been inspiring believers for thousands of years.
Okay, so here it is. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Now, this was originally a message for the church in the ancient city of Philadelphia. But as we're about to see, its meaning, its power, well, it stretches all the way to us today.
So the big question is, right? How do we take this ancient promise and apply it to our modern lives? This isn't just some historical artifact, it's a living, breathing covenant. And to really get it, we've got to peel back the layers packed into these words, and that starts by understanding our part of the deal. What's so fascinating is that the verse doesn't start with God's action, it starts with ours. It sets up this crucial condition, the very foundation the entire promise is built on. So right here in this first phrase is the key. The promise kicks in because of something the believer has already done. That tells us immediately that we have an active role to play. But what does it actually mean to keep his word? And this is where it gets really interesting. The original Greek word for kept is tereo. Now, this isn't just about obeying a rule. It means to actively guard something, to watch over it, to protect something precious. Kind of like how a shepherd would carefully watch over his flock. It's about treasuring this word, especially when trials hit. So what is it we're guarding so carefully? It's the word of his patience. This isn't just any old word. It's a very specific message about endurance. It's something we're called to anchor ourselves to, even when our feelings or circumstances are screaming at us to do the opposite. And that leads us to the word patience, or hypomones in Greek. Now, don't think of the kind of patience you need when you're stuck in traffic. No. This is a powerful, active endurance. It's the kind of steadfastness that Jesus himself showed in the face of incredible suffering, a purposeful commitment no matter the cost. In fact, this source material really drives this point home. How do you know you're truly keeping this word? Through trials, hardship, and persecution? They aren't signs you're failing. They are the very proving ground that shows your faith is real. So, let's flip to the other side of this promise. Because we've held up our end of the deal, God makes this absolutely incredible commitment back to us. And this is where you see the beautiful symmetry of it all. The very same Greek verb tereo is used again. It's like this: because you have kept or guarded my word, I in turn will keep or guard you. The action is mirrored, but the power behind God's side of the promise, it's infinitely greater. This really lays out that divine exchange perfectly, doesn't it? On our side, we guard his message of endurance. And in response, he preserves and protects our very souls. It's just this powerful, reciprocal relationship that's built on faithfulness. Okay, let's be super clear here. This is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's not a promise that you'll just get to skip all the hard stuff. It is something so much deeper. It's a promise that when the testing comes, he will hold you, protect you, and preserve you right through it. And that leads us right to the heart of his promise. What exactly is this hour of temptation that he says he'll keep us from? Let's break that down. First off, the word hour here, horon, it doesn't mean 60 minutes. Think of it more like a decisive season, a climactic, world-changing moment where everything comes to a head. You can almost think of this hour concept playing out across 3 connected timelines. It all started with Jesus' hour on the cross. That was the ultimate trial. His victory there is what allows us to face the world's hour, a global test of allegiance, and then our own personal hour, where our individual faith gets refined. And the temptation, purismon, isn't about being enticed to do something wrong. It's a proving, it's a test that's designed to reveal what is truly, authentically in your heart, where your loyalty and your love really lie. So, when you put it all together, this hour of temptation is a global test. It's a moment of truth for the entire world that really just boils down to a single personal question for every one of us. Where does your allegiance truly lie? It's a test that reveals what's in our hearts in a way that just can't be faked. So, after breaking all that down, what does this actually mean for us today as we're trying to navigate our own trials and look at what's coming? What's the one core message we should be holding on to? The central message of this whole verse is one of just profound reassurance. In the middle of any trial, The promise is that God is using it to purify and strengthen your faith. He is refining you like gold in a fire, and He is never, ever abandoning you in that process. So let's just recap what this one promise teaches us. Our endurance? It will be rewarded. God's protection is a shield in the fire, not an escape hatch from it. The trial itself is meant to refine us. It calls us to look toward our future hope, and it's all sustained by keeping our eyes on Him through prayer. Ultimately, this ancient promise from Revelation leaves us with a modern, deeply personal, and, profound question. Because an hour of proving, it comes for all of us in ways big and small. The question this verse leaves us wrestling with is this: how will we answer?